Hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today I'm going to talk about how hope helps keep you mentally sane during times of fear and uncertainty. You guys, things are crazy right now, right? I mean, I don't have to tell you this, I'm sure, but in current times, life is full of fear and uncertainty. I mean, you may not know when things are going to get back to normal, or whether you're going to get your job back, or when businesses will start opening back up again, or if you're going to stay healthy for the remainder of the year. And the political environment right now, for sure, isn't helping anything, right? Hi, Anitra. Good morning. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Hey, so it can be so easy to lose hope. I mean, but hope is perhaps the most important thing that you can hold on to during this crisis. So let's talk about why that is. First off, it's important to believe that things are going to get better. After so many months in lockdown during the pandemic, it's easy to believe that things are simply never going to get better, right? You might assume that if things were going to get better, they would have by now. But you know what? This is a huge crisis, so it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time for us to get through this. But by holding on to hope, you can hold on to the belief that things will get better in time. Think about the worst thing that's ever happened in your life that you thought you'd never survive. At that time, you were probably really scared, right? Maybe you thought you were in so much trouble that you'd never get out of that situation. But somehow you did survive, and now you know that even the most traumatic events in your life will turn around eventually. Hold on to that hope and trust that something better is coming in the future for you, for all of us, right? Work to be optimistic. I mean, holding on to hope doesn't necessarily mean that you don't see the world for how it really is. You're not turning a blind eye to the problems in today's society and acting as if they don't exist. That's not what I'm saying, because you know that they do, right? Instead, hope involves recognizing the bad things that are happening, but understanding that every situation also comes with positives. So let's look for the positives. You know, maybe you have a little more time to spend with your children that you didn't have when you were working. Or maybe you're able to garden now, or some other hobby that you've picked up that you really enjoy and it helps you stay grounded. Maybe or Having that positive outlook on every situation can help you naturally improve your mood and find happiness and joy in even the worst situations, no matter what you come across, right? And sometimes you just might have to fake it till you make it. If you're just about like everyone else in America, you're afraid of what might happen today, a week from now, or maybe even a year from now. And this can be absolutely draining for the average person in the mental and emotional sense. But being unsure of what the future holds, I mean, that's really hard, right, for all of us. So most people who are holding on to hope can implement the idea known as fake it till you make it. This is a theory that states that acting as if something is true will eventually make it true. So you might remind yourself that you're happy, that things will get better, and that you have your family around you, or whatever the things are that you have, and that you will survive this. And so the great thing about hope, though, too, is that it tends to be contagious. You can spread it so easily, right? Just by remaining hopeful around your family members or friends, it might actually start rubbing off on them. And this can help improve the mood and the outlook of those around you. And on the other hand, helping those around you can also end up helping you in the long run. Anitra says, living life as a blind person and parent is full of hope. We find ways to do things differently all the time. Yes, of course, you do. That's what you do every day. So that's just what you want to do about this pandemic. I know you got a handle on this, girl. You've got it. Yeah. So, but if you happen to lose hope temporarily, it might just be those people that you've built up that actually come back to bring you back up with them. Because it's like I said, it spreads. We catch it from each other, the hope, right? And it's all about creating a positive support system in your circle. So the one thing you want to do is don't let that fear consume you. Have you ever felt extreme fear in your life, about something that I bet you have, we all have, right? If so, then there's a chance that you probably experienced racing thoughts and extreme anxiety, wondering what might happen. That's exactly how many people are feeling right now in the current environment. The thing about hope, though, is that it somewhat reverses your fears. So instead of having every single thought in your mind focus on your fears and the recent events, you can return your thoughts to other things in your life. Less focus on fear can help you to focus on the good things. So, and speaking of that, speaking of spreading hope, here's an idea of something you can do. So I heard this on the news last night, and I think it's really a great idea. And so elections are coming up, right? And you may have heard our post office may not be up to the job of handling mail-in ballots. I'm not going anywhere political on this. I'm just stating a fact. Our post office may not be up to the job of handling them. And the people who typically work in the polling places, they're typically older. And these are the people who are most at risk for COVID. So if you're young and healthy, why not donate your time to work in the elections, work in the polling places? It's easy enough to apply. Just Google your state and election worker. And so for Utah, for instance, you just Google Utah election worker, and it should come up with how you can apply. Like just boom, right there. I mean, and it makes no difference which party you belong to. And while you're doing something good to help the elections, you're also bringing hope to millions of people who are afraid they won't be counted in the elections. And in the process, you're going to feel better too. It's a win-win, right? So hope is absolutely necessary. If you want to make it through the current pandemic and the state of the world with your mental health intact, so to maintain hope and preserve your mental health, it's a great idea to stay positive, surround yourself with good people, and limit your fears as much as possible. And maybe do something good for someone else. That can make a big difference. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. What kinds of things help you to stay sane with all the uncertainty that we're dealing with right now? What helps you get out of the fear or the funk or whatever you're in and keep moving forward? What gives you hope? Especially right now during these times, what gives you hope? Please share with us in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. So, hi, Chris. Turn off the news. Exactly. Yeah, that's a good idea. Too much news can be too much, right? So anyway, thank you guys for being live with me, and Nitra and Chris and anyone else who might be watching but just hasn't commented, and anyone who's watching the replay. I appreciate you. So go out there and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.